Hi, welcome to Afterthoughts. This is Marquita. Shannon's not with me this time, but she will be catching up with me next time once she finishes catching up on The Walking Dead, which is what we're going to be talking about today. The mid-season opener, it was season 4, episode 9, and it was entitled After. The aftermath of the big boom that this last mid-season had left us with. So actually this was a pretty easy episode to talk about and review because not really much happened. At the end of the last season finale we saw, or the mid-season finale, we saw that the whole group is all dispersed. Everybody's scattered now. So today, on today's episode, we've only focused in on 2 parts of the group, which is Michonne, Rick, and Carl. So we'll get into what we saw a little bit. So we open up with Michonne. You know, she's solo again, and she's doing what she does best, taking care of herself. She still has her zombie friends. We get a little bit into Michonne's backstory. It seems like the original 2 walkers that she had when she first was introduced into the series, we were getting into their story a little bit, which appeared to be her lover, or her baby's father, and his friend. So it's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of that story is going to play out so I can know a little bit more about these guys that she was walking around with and why she kind of gave them a little hint earlier in the season. She said that they deserved far worse. So I don't know. It seemed like they were all happy and everything. So it'll be interesting to see a little bit more about her story. So good thing that we're getting into her now. And then we get into Rick and Carl. Now, a couple of days ago, a friend of mine asked me, who is your favorite character on the show, The Walking Dead? So immediately, the first thing I always say is Daryl, because he is my favorite. But actually, I was like, but you know what? Carl's become my favorite on the show so far. And here's why. Kids are normally annoying. Usually when kids are on the show, they're kind of in the way. They're just plot fillers, and, you know, they just get boring. But Carl is really stepping up into playing the role of what you would really do if it was a zombie apocalypse, which is one of the things about the writing on the show. I don't believe sometimes that they're in a zombie apocalypse because they're so nonchalant, but characters like Carl and watching him evolve into this innocent little boy into the young man that he has become now into the show, that's what it's like in a zombie apocalypse. It's like, that's real writing, and I like Carl's character a lot. So this episode was definitely about Carl's character. For a minute there, we thought we lost Rick. I was a little worried because I know they're trying to shake things up in the writing. But Rick is very badly injured, and him and Carl have been traveling and walking along. We already see Carl is very negative. I'm not understanding why he was so upset with his father. But he's just really trying to prove that he can take care of himself. But he's still a young man. It seems like Carl's just going through puberty. But anyway, Rick slept. He's healed up a little bit, you know. Carl really let him have it when he thought, you know, when Rick was having his little mini coma. So we got to find out Carl's just mad because he blames his dad for the prison going down, which we know it really wasn't Rick's fault. I mean, they could have went in there and tried to kill the governor at any point, but we don't know if it would have been successful. You know, Rick's always trying to be peacefully, and that's just how he is. So take it or leave it. So, the episode ended on a happy note. Michonne and Carl and Rick are now reunited. So slowly our group is getting back together again. So that was pretty much it. We just, you're just going to have to go and see Carl just go through just a one-day venture by himself without his dad, just him solo. And you just see that, again, he's able to take care of himself, but he did express, the part that I like is when he finally cried and said he's scared. Because after it's all said and done, he's still a child, even though he's doing an amazing job at stepping up to the plate. So I still like Carl's character. I thought it was a great episode to highlight Carl's character and to show the father-son bond coming back between them, because he was really trying to be second in command, but it was nice to see them become father and son in that kind of bond. You don't realize what you appreciate until it's almost gone. So, and I do like that Michonne had found them, because even though she is completely badass by herself, it's awesome to see her with someone, because she's been by herself all the time. The fight scene she had where the walker started to realize that she was human, and she took them all down with her katana, that's exactly why Michonne's Michonne. You know, she knows how to take care of herself big time. She just likes that companionship, and I like when she has it. So, that was this episode. They showed a little preview for what's going to happen in the next seasons, and we see them more. We're going to get into the different areas and the characters that ran off together and what's going on. So at least now we know what's going on with my favorite, Carl, the mass majority of everyone's favorite, Michonne, and Rick. And hopefully Rick is going to start becoming Rick again, because this weak, sickly Rick that gets beat up by the governor, I'm not buying it at all. Farmer Rick, I'm not buying, I don't like it at all. We need Rick to become the Sheriff Rick again, because I don't like this little weakly, sickly Rick. This is why your son was losing respect. It's just, come on, it's time to get him back up to being boss man again. So I hope they're going to build up his character strong again. Anyway, so that was it. That was the episode. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below to anything that you agree or disagree with. Again, I'm going to give this episode, actually, I'm going to give it a B+. I'm not giving it an A because it wasn't like, oh my god, but it showed one of my favorite characters, why he's my favorite character, and I thought it was written good, and I love the fact that we're getting into Michonne's backstory, so that's awesome. So, good, pretty decent episode. For it to be as slow as it was actually a pretty interesting episode. So I'm so far so pleased with the writing on the show so far. So, let's hopefully they stick it up. Alright, this was Afterthoughts with Marquita, talking about The Walking Dead. Don't forget to check out our other videos, like, comment, and subscribe, and catch you next time. Bye.